You are now tuned into Somewhere in the Middle with Soonie and Mo.
Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey.
Hey, Don on the beat.
Hey, I got so many ops.
Everywhere I go, I
got so many ops.
so many ops.
I know they plotting against me. I know it's hate, they wanna kill me, but please don't tempt me, cause I got so many glocks. Hey, ain't none of them empty. Jesus said they would hate me too. That's how I know it's envy. I got so many ops.
What's up?
Woo! Guys, if you're a fan of Peach, I'm a big fan of Peach everything. Go online, okay, to the Japan Amazon, because there is a Japan Amazon, despite Mo being a boomer and not understanding these things. It tastes like you're eating an actual freaking peach.
Is it like a soda water or is it
Nectar.
Juice?
It's just peach nectar. Yep.
Oh, so it's like those Mexican drinks that have like guava and stuff. So it has like pulp in it. Is it thick?
No, it's just really thick. Not really thick, but it's thick. But it tastes like you're eating a whole peach. I love peaches.
Me too.
I'm like obsessed with peaches. So
Me too. Yeah, they gotta be
just wanted
good
to share
peaches
that.
though.
Excuse me.
I
sorry.
get so mad when I'm craving peaches and I can't find like good peaches, like good ripe peaches. Oh,
I feel like ripe peaches are hard to come by.
yeah.
Or is that just me?
No, it's hard to come by unless
Hard to
you're
come
like
by,
where the peaches grow.
My mother-in-law, I don't know. She's got everything tastes good in her house. She had this whole basket full of peaches, and every peach I ate was like the best peach ever.
Oh,
I was like,
that's my dream.
how do you pick these peaches and I can't? Like, what's going on?
That's my dream. What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. We apologize for being a little late. Hopefully I won't have any issues with my computer like I have been having because I discovered I needed an update. And
Which I told her, by the way.
yeah, and I was gonna join from my phone, but y'all should have seen me. I look like a piece of like fried greasy chicken on that phone, and I could not. Okay, I could not be doing it. So I was like, Soonie, we got to be late, which Soonie was fine with because she was eating and just got in herself, so it worked out. It worked out. What's up, Christine? What's up, Amy? Hey, Nay. What's up, Aaron?
What's up?
What up, Apex?
We got some people in here I ain't seen here in a minute.
I know. I guess we're not shadow banned because look at that. We're getting
Look at that.
Damn. What up, Mad Cow?
God.
So this is a new guy I haven't seen. Thomas Sergetson. He put this before we even went live. He said, "Dear sisters and brothers, as good Christians, how can you support Trump, a pathological liar? Would Jesus tolerate a liar? God bless and keep America. Keep America." We're going to be talking about
God
Trump.
bless and keep America. To answer your question, no, Jesus wouldn't tolerate a liar. And I don't think many Christians can support Trump simultaneously serving the kingdom. I don't, which is why I decided I'm not voting for him because it didn't sit well with me. So I can relate to that comment, and I know so many others can. But
yeah,
if you're just like, you know what, this is the best for the country, your best option is Trump. This is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough, Thomas, because we obviously can't leave the seat of presidency empty, right? Like we just can't do it. It's just not an option. We can't. I mean, we can say we're not going to vote, but other people are going to vote. Somebody's going to get in there. So I know that I don't think there's one single candidate that actually upholds real Christian values like to the T that is running that I know of. And that's completely clean, right? So unfortunately, this is the election of the worst of
No, don't say it.
evils.
Don't you dare. I hate that saying.
I know, but it's true, right? I mean, what you gonna do? You know?
What you gonna do?
What you
Where-
do?
That's a song.
Is it? Or is
Isn't
it a
it?
line from a song?
Yeah, I don't know. That sounds familiar. It made me laugh.
It's
Sounds
the
like
way
a
I
song.
said it. It's, you know what? It's because I'm so lyrical that like everything I say comes across in a very lyrical fashion.
I'm gonna sip my peach.
What up, Joey? What up, Judy? Big Booty Judy. Let's just put on the Big Booty Judy song right now so Judy will stop bothering us because I can see her and feel her harassing us for her song in the comments. So here we go.
Big booty Judy. What? Big cutie. Big booty Judy. Big booty. Big cutie. Big booty Judy. Stop. I wanna see you move it. Yeah. Big booty Judy. Big booty Judy. Big booty Judy. That's big booty Judy. Big booty Judy. That's big booty Judy. Big booty Judy. That's big booty Judy.
That's what it was.
That's what it was.
What you gonna do? I'm like,
I love the moves. I'm like, who are they? Who came up with the moves in this video?
It said. Throw them ones.
I'm in my truck and Big Booty Judy thumps on the speaker.
Big
Yeah.
booty Judy.
Yeah, it does. What up, Julius? Hit that like button, y'all. Julius, we're going to be talking about a post that you had actually about just pearly things. There's an update.
Swagger jacking.
Yeah.
Let me stop. I'm gonna stop being bitter.
Listen, all I got to say is when I saw that, I immediately like rushed to her YouTube to watch the video that she posted. And we'll tell you guys what it is, but it has to do with Steven Crowder and the fact that Soonie and I may have been on the right track. And there might be some people that may have to backtrack, but won't backtrack. So we're going to backtrack for you.
They don't have to circle back.
But they won't. They won't circle back. They go turn on another street and try to lose us.
Like, wait, it's a one way. I didn't even see the sign. Oh,
Right.
Jesus! Yes, you did. You look
Right.
square at it. Yes.
But all I gotta say is, dude, if just pearly things takes one more thought from us or you or me, like, I'm gonna scream because I'm like, is she secretly a fan of Somewhere in the Middle? Because some of the shit she says is like straight
Verbatim,
from your
bro.
mouth, verbatim. Yeah,
Telling you, I think a lot of these people do watch us.
yeah.
By the way, because I've been shared in so many people's stories because they're upset, I got hella followers. So thank you.
I know. I
Thank
know.
you. That video was old as crap and it went up.
Yeah. The one that you talked about last week.
Weeks ago. I talked about this weeks ago. This video,
about this. Yeah. About this.
it had
Mhm.
no views and it went
Yeah.
up. So thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Julia, so she may release something bigger on Saturday and Sunday, but she released a small clip. So I'm gonna play here. Soonie hasn't seen it all yet. She's only watched some of it. But we're also going to be talking about President Trump did an interview with Megyn Kelly. In my opinion, it was the best interview I have seen anybody do with President Trump to date. And kudos to Megyn Kelly for being a tough journalist, in my opinion, and asking him questions and not allowing him to interrupt her and really pushing through the interview. I thought she did a really good job, and I actually enjoyed the interview. It's quite long. I'm going to put the link to it in the description box so you guys can watch it. But he addresses a lot of stuff that he has not addressed in previous interviews. So we have a few clips from there that we're going to be showing, and Soonie's going to be kind of reacting to. Then we're going to talk about this post that's coming around with the Oregon governor signing a bill to remove reading, writing, math for students of color. Okay, we're going to talk about that. Hunter Biden indicted on federal gun charges. So
everything but what he needs to be indicted on.
Right. Exactly. And in my mind, like, do we compartmentalize that right alongside we're going to impeach Joe Biden? Because
I say yes.
Yeah, because I kind of feel like big deal. Supposedly, according to Karine Jean-Pierre, Biden is not going to pardon him if he gets put in jail, which I don't believe.
Can we do a live reaction with you? Can you do the first reaction?
Of what?
I can't tell you, but can you be the one to do
Oh,
the first reaction?
yeah. Can we start off with the reaction?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
In the meantime,
Okay.
while Soonie gets the reaction ready, make sure you guys hit that like button. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Double check to see that you're subscribed. Comment because we only have 17 people watching this, which is kind of odd. Usually we have more than that. So make sure you guys please go and support in that way. And it
Shout
looks like
Jax, by the way, she sent me an awesome picture of her working out in her merch.
I
Jesus
saw-
warrior. There's actually some people here in Japan who are buying that shirt, so we might see some sales come through on the website of them wanting to
Whoa.
buy it. And you know what happens? Those people go to the gym and they're like, "Bro, where'd you get that?" And then word of mouth. See how this
Right.
works? And
Yep.
because that post for my daughter and that book went so crazy, my Facebook is like jumping right now. It's crazy.
Oh, so wait a minute. Did you already go to the school or is that on Monday?
I'm doing this on Monday.
Okay.
All this is going to happen on Monday. And I'm going to, I probably won't like live stream every single thing, but I am going to document, take pictures, and share what I'm experiencing along the journey for sure.
Sweet. I'm excited.
It'll be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I want Mo to do a awesome live reaction to this because I was tickled.
Oh, I almost watched this. I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't watch it either.
You're asking oil companies to further lower gas prices. What makes you think that they are going to listen to an administration that is ultimately trying to put them out of business?
How is the administration trying to put them out of business?
Well, they produce fossil fuels, and this president says he wants to end fossil fuel.
Thanks, everybody.
Is that
Thanks,
really how
everybody.
it ended, or is that a cut? Did somebody cut it like that?
It looks like that's how it ended.
Oh,
I've been looking for the raw footage. I can't necessarily find it, but
It's on
every
the
clip
White
that
House
I've
page.
seen looks like that.
all right. Now I got to go watch the dance. See, I haven't watched a press conference since Raggedy Ann,
Same
and
here. Oh my gosh, I thought I was by myself. I can't tolerate watching those.
no, I can't tolerate. Well, not just because of that, because of her, but they always like bring in some weird like guest speaker, and then like you got to like sift through all that shit, and it's just I don't know. Like I'm just nothing she says is interesting.
She's not interesting
She is not interesting.
at all. She's pretty
But
boring.
I'll go and watch just to make sure. But if not, whoever did that, genius. So dude, sometimes it be like that too. Because
She's like,
which
okay, everyone, have a good day.
which you know what? I thought somebody told me once that they know exactly what questions are going to be asked, so it's not like it's a surprise. Because
I'm
I
sure they're-
always used to wonder like how they quickly, like when they're shuffling through their little book of answers, like how they can quickly get to it. It's because there's some screening of questions that goes on, so it's not a complete surprise.
Well, hopefully he shocked the crap out of her with that one, and he took a whole left field and was like, "Man, I'm going rogue. I'm asking this question. You can either answer it or not." That was funny though.
Yeah.
They use fossil fuels, ma'am, and she's just like, it's like catching a possum.
Dude, you know what?
And
I
they'll just
can't
have
wait.
Sarah-
I can't wait till she is out of there and we can hear how she wait. Okay. It was coming through my phone. I cannot wait for her to be out of there so we can hear how she really feels, just like with Raggedy Ann, like now that she's like making all the news rounds on media. You know what I mean?
Why you calling her Raggedy Ann? Is that her name?
Because she's got red hair.
I'm like, who's Raggedy Ann? And then I picked up on who he was talking about. Okay.
Yeah, Raggedy Ann. Circleback Saki, that's her name.
Circle back, Saki.
Mm-hmm.
Can you just remove the P? Like, damn, that bothers me.
I know. That's what bothers me about the English language is they put letters in there that don't have a purpose.
That looks like Pusaki to me.
Pasaki. All right, so let's talk about Governor Kate Brown of Oregon, since this is a really quick one and done topic here.
Mhm.
So there's been a post that everybody's been sharing that is talking about how she signed a bill removing reading, writing, and math requirements for students of color. Of course, everybody is sharing this in an uproar, and I brought it to the show today, and Soonie was like, because I thought the same thing, but I was like, am I crazy? Soonie was like, she already did this.
Old.
She already did this.
This is old.
Yeah. Yeah. So I Googled just to make sure. And it says here, this was posted on August 6th of 2021. That says Governor Kate Brown, shown at a ceremonial bill signing in March of 2020, quietly signed a bill on July 14th that suspends a requirement for Oregon students to demonstrate reading, writing, and math proficiencies in order to receive a diploma. So if you have posted about this and shown outrage like it's brand new, guess what? Wake up from your dream, because this already happened and y'all fell asleep and didn't do anything about it. So she's just reminding you that she flexed her power and got what she wanted and nobody did anything. Now, why this is trending again is interesting, because that doesn't make sense to me.
I don't get it either. I mean, this entire bill is supposed to suspend until the end of 2023-2024 academic year. So maybe that's why people are bringing it up again. But this is old news. These children have been graduating with what's called an extended diploma or a modified diploma, an alternative certificate. That's what they're calling it. I don't get why people are talking about it again. Nobody did anything about it the first time it happened. I don't really have much to say on it. I talked about this. This is from 2021. It's old. What, like,
yeah.
I guess we can ask the audience, because a lot of people, I know some people who shared it. Like, what? Did it shock you? Did you not know? Was this the first time you heard about it? Like, why do y'all think people are like, oh my God, they're not reading and writing and doing math? They haven't been doing that for a while.
They think we're stupid. They think we're well, duh. They've been telling us that. They've been telling us they think we're
Joe
stupid.
Biden literally said that blacks and Mexicans don't get high school diplomas. Did y'all see him say that?
You're too dumb to get your driver's license. You're too dumb to vote. Like, why is this a big deal? Like, hello, they've been done telling you that you're dumb.
Yeah.
You know,
He said we don't graduate with high school diplomas. I was like, wow.
Yeah, I think what this is like, and while I'm saying this, if you guys want to chime in on the comments and let us know, like, is it now ringing a bell to you that this is something that's old? And why do you think it's coming back up again? What are your theories on that? But I think what it is an indication of how quickly the news cycle moves, and it moves so fast that we forget,
yeah,
what's in the news. We're just quick to post. A lot of people aren't quick to read. And I think because both you and I read up on this at the time when it happened, it's stuck in our brains, right? Versus just us sharing a post and going, oh, look, outrage.
Yeah, I mean, I said a prayer for those children when it happened. They're purposely trying to make the younger population stupid, and they just want test takers and they want order takers. They're not producing creative minds, which is why the country looks the way it looks. That's just my personal opinion. I know some people are saying they're having an issue with the chat. You can leave YouTube, close it out completely, and come back and see if that works. I don't know what's going on with YouTube or Instagram, but
what are they saying about the chat?
One person just said the chat's not working. A lot of people are saying, am I the only one watching? I'm assuming people can't see each other. but you can just close out YouTube and come right back.
Yeah.
Give it a little refresh.
Also, guys, if you're watching either from Let's Talk Darling, somewhere in the middle, Sooni's Hot Mic, you may not see all the comments. And if you want to see all the comments, you need to come to somewhere in the middle so that you can see all the comments. So that's probably why. So that's unfortunately when we're trying to stream from different platforms, you're not always going to see all the interaction. So, but it looks like our numbers are going up a little bit, which is good. All right.
Friend.
Let's get to the other quick topic, which is the Hunter Biden indictment on firearm charges and the legal battle ahead. So Hunter Biden was indicted Thursday on gun charges, setting up a high-profile legal battle ahead of his father's re-election campaign, which I don't think is going to happen, by the way. And I'm going to tell you why in a second, unrelated to this, okay? The indictment comes days after House Republicans opened an impeachment inquiry into the president and his family business dealings. A plea deal for Hunter Biden collapsed in federal court in July. Amna Nawaz discussed the latest developments by Delvin Barrett, whoever the hell that is. So anyways, he's accused of lying on the form that you fill out when you go get a gun. One of the things that you're supposed to attest to when you buy a firearm in this country is that you are not a user or being addicted to illegal substances. He said he wasn't, but by his own admission in his biography and other places like the laptop from hell, he was in fact dealing with a very significant substance abuse problem at the time. So he's accused of that lie. So that's basically what he's being brought on charges for, is lying on the form. Now, it's interesting because that's probably the only thing they can charge him with that doesn't tie back to Joe Biden. How convenient. You know what I mean? Because on all the other things, it either leads back to Burisma. Exactly. It leads back to financial stuff that leads back to Joe Biden, Burisma, yada, yada, yada.
Which answers my question that I asked earlier. Everything but what they need to be indicting him on. I don't give a damn if I know you filling out this form out wrong. I don't care. If anything, I think we can use this against the Democrats to say, look, even your own people are slacking at this. So why don't you get your side together before you criticize the rest of Americans? And he's an effing criminal, which goes to our point even more, that criminals are doing these things, not law-abiding citizens. So prosecute the criminals and leave the rest of the population alone.
Right. Well, here's a good thing that could happen. So if in fact he doesn't go to jail for these charges, then I don't want to hear a single freaking thing from anybody about we need to change the gun laws. Da, 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 da. Nope. Especially not if you're Democrat. I ain't trying to hear that, because guess what? If this fool gets off, there you go. Furthermore, it just goes to prove, like Soonie said, it doesn't matter about gun laws, because people who are criminals don't give a shit about a form or telling the truth or what the law is. They're going to do what they want to do. So there you go. There you go.
That's it.
That's it. That
we
is
need
it.
stricter punishments. I mean, that's a topic for another day. I think we already have strict punishments, but we don't have reformation. They're being institutionalized, which creates a cycle. They're not actually being reformed. And our justice system is just disgusting. It really is. The justice system is horrible. Not racially motivated, but just overall, the lack of prosecution that happens is just insane.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy what people just let go. My in-laws used to do they actually founded a organization called Court Watch, where they would go and follow all these career criminals and attend their hearings and force the judges to like prosecute, because they would set a bail and they would get out, reoffend, go back to jail, set a bail, get out, reoffend, go back to jail. And sometimes they would hit the same people. They would go right back to where they committed a crime get caught doing it, and then come right back out. So the justice system is shit in this country.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was talking to a friend the other day about the justice system. And I think like when people talk about laws in the justice system, they talk about it like it's blanketed, right? Now, I agree that it needs a blanketed overhaul, but it's important to remember that every state is going to need an overhaul. Like individually, every state needs to go through their laws and overhaul them. Because I'd be interested to know how often the laws are really reviewed, punishments, right? And all those things are really reviewed to make sure that they make sense.
Yeah.
You know what I
That's
mean?
true. That's true.
So
I wonder how often
yeah.
they do look at those laws.
probably
I
not
never thought
ever.
about that. They
Probably
probably
not ever.
don't, honestly, unless there's this
Big
a case
thing that
that could
happens.
probably set precedents. Yeah, like a landmark case.
Mhm.
They probably don't look at none of this stuff.
Yeah.
It's just a system.
Yeah. Jacqueline said, I shared a reel the other day that said to stop drunk driving, get the sober drivers off the road. This is the same concept as gun control. Exactly.
How about you don't drive drunk so the rest of us can drive?
Exactly.
How about that?
But an alcoholic is not going to listen to the law.
Which is
They're
why
dri-
we still have DUI people getting arrested for DUIs.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. But I wanted to show you guys this clip too, because this was kind of funny. So Sunny Hostin made an interesting
God.
comment. Yeah. Made an interesting comment on it was kind of threatening Joe Biden. And I was like, oh, okay. This is interesting. Yeah. So this is a clip from Tatum did a video on it and it's at the beginning of his video. So I'm gonna play it from here so you guys can see what she said. But I was like, dang.
We're having like a mini mukbang. I'm just doing it by myself.
Oh, I wish I could join you. All right.
Her
Here we
face
go.
irritates me. God.
I know. Her whole everything about her. And you know what? I wish I could find the clip, but the first time I ever saw Sunny Hostin was when she was competing on a show on the Food Network. And this was before she was on The View. Yeah. And I'm like, how the hell did she get to The View exactly?
Sucking and slurping.
I guess, because I'm like, how do you go from competing in a food competition on Food Network to this? So fast, too. All right, here we go.
91% of African Americans voted for Biden and will continue to vote for Biden if Kamala is his running mate. I would be very careful, President Biden, about getting rid of Kamala Harris because we will not support you.
Wait a minute. Hold up. When
Just
have
my
you
opinion.
ever seen? No, your opinion is valid and beautiful and all of that. But when was the last time you saw anybody get rid of a vice?
Nobody does. That's the thing. It's a lot of Washington speculation.
No,
You wouldn't
it's not
support
something
Donald
you would
Trump.
do.
If it was Biden and Trump,
If Biden gets rid of Kamala Harris and inserts someone else, he will lose the black vote.
even
The cackling hen.
What?
Girl,
Like,
you not even black. You look like a Eurocentric Latina. You don't look black. And how the hell are you speaking for the rest of the black population? We don't even like Kamala. Go ask a Democrat if they like her ass. The answer is no. What are you talking about? We are not going to vote for you. No, you're not going to vote for him. I don't like that shit. You bitch, shut up. Shit.
what an ignorant, like, how ignorant. I'm like, okay, seriously? Because
She ain't even black.
Exactly. Now, the only other idiot that said some shit about Kamala Harris today, and I don't know, maybe this is like some across the board directive that they're getting, but Jason Lee said some shit about Kamala Harris too. Like basically, and I know Jason Lee, like who the hell cares about Jason Lee? But he said some sideways stuff too. And I'm like, okay, here we go. Here's your sign that Joe Biden ain't gonna make it to the podium, okay? Because they're like we said a couple shows ago with Gavin Newsom, right? When they started talking about Gavin Newsom, they're already setting you up for this possibility.
Thank you.
Yep.
It's called predictive programming. They
Yep.
get you comfortable with the idea and concept before you even take it in. What has Kamala done? Notice people are getting very defensive when Black folks are questioning, and even white people, what the crap has Kamala done? Why can't you answer the question? Tell the American people what you've done. You ain't did nothing. You sat on stage and you speak in circles and you say, by this time tomorrow, today, at this time, we're going to do what needs to be done, and it's always needed to be done. What the fuck did I say?
Nothing. Not a damn thing.
You didn't compare 9/11 to Pearl Harbor and January 6th. No. And you know what? Black folks need to remember this lady was the top cop. Okay? She was an attorney general. She and a prosecutor. She was the shittiest prosecutor ever. She kept Black people locked up for cheap prison labor. Okay? She barred people from being able to submit evidence to get off of death row. You can go fact check me on these things. And she also made sure to go after parents for truancy. What are you talking about? All this stuff going on in your city, and this is what you want to prosecute? On top of that, you sat on a Breakfast Club making a mockery of Black culture, which it already is a mockery, but you just showed how disconnected you are and said you was smoking weed while listening to Tupac in college. He wasn't even rapping. What are you talking about? They took a picture of you with Tim's on. Black folks still don't like you. We don't like you. You prosecuted people for weed after saying you smoked it in college. Like, what planet does Sunny live on?
I don't know, dude, but she's whack as hell. Did you see that party that Kamala threw at her residence?
I did. You're not Black. Man. I will gatekeep the Black race against this hoe. I swear to God I will.
Dude, this video made me laugh because I was just like, she is like, you know, the lame person at the party that's like standing in the corner and they're like,
hey,
they're pointing at somebody. They're like, hey, ain't nobody talking to you. Nobody's pointing to you. Who you pointing to? Ain't nobody looking over at you. I can't play the music because it's gonna copyright us. But look at this. Look at her moves. Okay, well, she's about to do the point in a second. Oh. She's doing the hey! Dude, you know this brother right here that has to protect her is just
she ain't even Black, bro. Man.
They said rich aunties love it. love a pop and a point.
She not auntie. Come on, man. Y'all messing up. You fucking up the lingo, man. Damn.
Yeah.
Sydney says something needs to be done. I'm gatekeeping. Like a mug. Charlemagne, you need to get on the Breakfast Club and do your due, bro. Tell every person, tell Black people this hoe is not Black. You can't wear Timbs in the middle of the goddamn spring, bro. Like, you can't. Do y'all not remember that picture?
Yeah.
Was that really supposed to make me vote for you?
What was that when she was coming off the plane, or was that the Converse? Like when they were freaking out about her wearing Converse
on the plane with the
okay.
Timbs.
Yeah. That was so dumb.
That was worse than Hillary Clinton talking about she got hot sauce in her bag. Swag. I bet you do. I hate these motherfuckers, bro. I said I was gonna stop cussing, but I hate you motherfuckers. I swear. I hate these people.
I'm telling you.
Ew.
I'm telling you. I'm surprised. No, I'm really surprised. Unless I missed it, I'm surprised I didn't see you talking about that because I was like, dude, Soonie's gonna clown her ass.
Every time I see her, I scroll past. I saw that video, but I just was like, I don't have nothing for you besides you're not Black. So I really don't care what you're talking about.
Dude, I watched it so many times. And then on TikTok, I wish I would have saved it. There was one of her husband. What's his name? Doug. I was like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, let me shut up because I'm going to sound borderline racist. I'm going to shut up.
She's Indian with a dot. Shout out to my hairstylist. She knows what's up.
Kamala needs to get that cob out her ass. She need to do something, bro. She's stiff. Like,
so stiff.
okay, I can't talk about this whore anymore.
How about this whore?
Oh God. God.
I'm just slamming you left and right, like pop, pop, pop.
Okay.
This is Annoy Soonie Friday.
It's a good show though. I like this. This is all this. By the way, these are live reactions. This is me really reacting.
Yeah. Soonie was a little busy today, so Mo put together this show. But I knew what Soonie would do good with, and yeah. So here we go. Okay, so first let me go to Julius's post real quick, because Julius made a post.
Have Steven Crowder. So
a
little refresher on.
Sorry, guys. Okay, so let me go to Julius's page because he posted this, which made me go and be like, wait, let me go look into this real quick. Shout out to Julius.
What the hell?
Where'd it go?
Julius. Now Julius.
Where'd it go? Julius done took the post down. I'm trying to give your page a shout out.
Wait, it's right there.
Where?
A lot of you owe this man an apology. Right there. Right there. I have exclusively leaked information.
Okay. So he shared this. I have exclusively, this is not Julius, this is obviously Pearly Things. I have exclusively leaked information about the Steven Crowder divorce that will change the way you see the entire situation. This was covered so poorly, and once you know what I know, you will view this entire situation differently. A lot of you,
we all knew Candace felt some type of way because Crowder said something about Daily Wire. They all got in their feelings because they gave him what he perceived to be a shitty contract because he knows what the rest of the people is getting. Shut up. Next.
Yeah.
We already knew this, but I want to hear what you leaked.
Do you think so? This obviously, according to Julius, there's more to come tomorrow or Sunday. So this is just a little snippet, right? But do you why does she have this exclusively linked information? Did Steven Crowder give her? Because he can't talk. He's got a gag order.
Maybe someone else leaked it. Who knows?
All right. Well, let's see what she has to say about this. We're going to skip around this video. It's 13 minutes long, but we'll skip around because there's also some video from a deposition with the nanny, I believe. So hold on. Here we go.
Steven Crowder. Crowder went viral a couple of months ago because honestly, Crowder was the type of guy that did everything right. He's pro-marriage, pro-family. I believe he was a virgin when he got married, and he got married young, and he had kids, isn't known for cheating, whatever. And a couple of months ago, it came out that Crowder is getting divorced. And as much as I do love Candace Owens, I am a fan of Candace. I do think she got this run wrong. Candace shared a clip on her channel of Crowder being emotionally abusive towards his wife. And on this channel, if you've been watching for a bit, we know that all of these terms, emotional abuse, coercion, sexual assault, those are all feminist words. They were all words invented in the last 100 years to basically incriminate men and call a lot of basic behaviors predatory. So this clip came out of Crowder.
Okay, so she goes on to show the clip. And then she talks about how, exactly what Soonie and I said, that while this clip isolated may look bad to some people because here's his wife, 8-9 months pregnant. He's sitting there looking like, just the most arrogant piece of shit to y'all and talking about how she didn't pick up his coals and his meat so he could grill. Okay. And then telling her that if she were a good wife, she would go do all that stuff. Soonie and I both said this is a typical argument that most people probably don't show to the world that every husband and wife has. Maybe not to this exact degree or whatever, but, no big deal. But for some reason, There were some people that
Because
really
he said,
wanted to,
watch it.
because he said, watch it. Okay. And people who claim they're not feminists, and they claim that they're
Yep.
against the believe all women thing, were certainly quick to defend her.
Yep.
Certainly quick to defend her. So let's forward through this video so you can see what else Pearly has said.
Funny, because when I watched this clip, I just had a completely different reaction. It's so interesting when you rewatch these clips with like a red pill lens, because my first thought was, why did she have a clip from like 2 years ago? She must have been like sitting.
What?
It has nothing to do with red pill. It has everything to do with common sense.
Common sense. Exactly. That's exactly what I said.
Sorry, that just triggered me. This ain't no red pill, nothing. Quit taking these motherfucking pills. Stop taking pills.
Yeah.
Okay? Use your brain.
Yeah.
It's a 3-minute clip, and we don't know what happened before or after.
Yeah. Now we either have to be red pilled, black pilled,
gold pilled, purple pilled.
Yeah.
Yellow. Like, damn.
Right. Exactly. It's so dumb.
Okay.
I don't even know where I fall and all that, but whatever.
On this. 2, we don't know what she did to start the situation. And 3, my thought was like, when you get married, you're supposed to obey your husband. So if she just obeyed him, that whole fight, if she just said okay, that whole fight would have been avoided. And the 4th thing I noticed was she was using, again, the feminist terms. Your abuse is sick, Stephen. And he's like, I'm going to let that go. I just think we're kind of at a weird place in the conservative movement if we're calling like a fight between a couple abuse. Like, I just didn't see abuse in that. And I guess I have a different point of view on this from interviewing so many men that have been victims of divorce, really, that have been divorce raped. And what I've noticed every story, and in this, my question is, why were you sitting on a clip from like 2 years ago? And the other thing that made me a little skeptical was like them saying emotional abuse. I'm like, really? And the third thing, again, I just kept thinking, I was like, if she just listened to him and didn't take the car and just got the Uber, it would have been fine. And that's why a lot of times I really put the employee's fault.
Okay, hold on.
We're supposed to submit to our husbands. And what does that mean? And
You're
if you
not
do,
married.
that's usually
You
the
sound like an
employee's
asshat
fault.
talking about this shit.
So if she...
You sound like what?
She sounds like,
What'd you say?
yes, what she's saying is right. You're supposed to submit, but
Yeah.
you're not married. Like, I'm sorry, but
Right.
this is like a boy giving advice to a man on how to conduct himself in life.
Right. Yeah.
That to me, that just makes no sense. Why would any of us take advice from you when you're not in a successful marriage? You don't even have a boyfriend, and all you do is talk to men. There's a whole different perspective in a marriage. It takes 2 people, not just men. I don't like her. She just irritates me. Ugh.
Well, let's get to this leaked video that she's going to show here. If I have to rule it back a little bit so she can explain, but I think this is where it starts.
Okay.
In the 3rd paragraph of your declaration.
She probably got a FOIA request. Maybe.
See, to over exaggerate things and just, they like kind of view the past with a lens of just like being the victim. I don't know why. So now we have a leaked video shows Crowder's nanny is admitting to making a false statement in divorce during the sworn deposition.
In the 3rd paragraph of your declaration, you say, I was surprised by Stephen barging into the house wearing a body camera. See that sentence? Yes. So were you surprised that he, quote, barged into the house, or were you surprised that he was wearing a body camera?
Maybe the camera, I don't recall, which is more surprising.
What?
So, yeah. And I don't know what this body, like, I don't know if this is referring to maybe his wife making an accusation that Stephen would wear a body camera and record everything. And if so, one has to ask, why would a man want to do that? Right? Like, like if I came into my house and I felt the need to record everything in conversations, right? And interactions, one would have to conclude that I'm recording for a reason and I'm trying to either get evidence or proof of something, because especially if it's the other way around and it's a man and we live in this believe all women world, you're damn right. If a guy is trying to prove that, you know, his spouse or his girlfriend or whoever is doing something and that's a female, he better have it on tape. Right? And if he's wearing a body camera and it's visible, you're well aware you're being recorded. So I'm just making up an assumption. I don't know that that's what the case is, because again, this is a clip of the interview.
Authored this, didn't you?
Yes.
Wouldn't you know what you meant?
This is the best of my recollection.
I understand that, ma'am, but I'm asking you, when you wrote the words in your handwritten notes that Mr. Nelson turned into this declaration, were you surprised about barging into the house? Were you surprised about a body camera? Both? Neither? I mean, what did you mean by this phrase?
Objection form.
Counsel, is there something funny?
She's answered your question, counsel.
And when it's your turn to take a deposition, you can take it the way you like. But I don't need you to laugh unless there's something funny and you want to tell me what's funny.
Objection form.
Thank
You said you want to share with the class.
It's surprising. Ma'am.
Both things.
All right. And you say that he barged into the house. Do you still stand by that description?
To the best of my memory.
All right. Well, in the prior deposition, you were shown the video from the GoPro camera, right?
No, I saw about 3 minutes of it and then it broke.
And then, and in fact, ma'am, the truth is that he knocked on the door, rang the doorbell, the Ring doorbell, and you answered the door, right?
Yes.
Well,
So how did he barge in?
This deposition exhibit number 39. There's a PowerPoint in your notes.
She mad.
She mad because she got caught. You see her eyes, dude. Like, she looked kind of crazy. This nanny. I don't know if I'd
She
have
looks
someone like
like
this.
an evil feminist broad. She looks like an old nasty biddy. This looks
Yep.
like a Karen to me.
Yep. So if you guys didn't catch that, basically she testified that Stephen barged into the house, his house, mind you. I don't know how you can barge into your own house, unless there was a restraining order. I don't know. But now she's backtracking and saying and admitting that she answered the door and let him in.
Can you see the screen
Yes.
here? All right, I'm going to play this for you.
Can you make that in, Jamie?
Doorbell.
I mean, I move so I can see it.
All right, did you see that clip?
Yes.
Do you need to see it again?
No.
You answered the door, correct?
Right.
After he rang the doorbell and knocked, correct?
Yes.
What about his actions in that clip were barging?
Well, I can see now that my perception was different.
Okay, so you don't stand by the word barging, correct?
Today I don't.
All right, misperception of the events?
Yes.
All right.
And
Today I don't.
You opened the door. How did you ever perceive it as barging in?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I don't know, guys. So there's probably going to be more released tomorrow.
Can we brag real quick?
Yeah, let's
You wanna
brag.
brag?
We were right.
We were right. Did we not say people are going to have to walk back their statements?
Mm-hmm.
I said, I can't wait for Stephen to drop everything. I think I said this verbatim. I want the people who came out and assassinated his character to look absolutely stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Because, in my opinion, because a lot of people don't circle back and say, you know what, I had that wrong. I was definitely bothered that he went after Daily Wire.
Yeah.
They start to lose their credibility.
Yeah, exactly. But they're not going to circle back. That's the problem. They're not. We're going to have to go, you know what? Soonie, we better go grab clips before they disappear.
We should.
Because people are going to start to delete stuff. So yeah, we should grab clips of people saying quite the opposite of what they're going to have to say, I think.
I just think he's going to have a hell of a checkmate. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he is. No, you're good. Go ahead.
I just think he's going to have a hell of a checkmate, and it's going to make a lot of people in this movement look dumb. And if he so chooses and he goes after every single one of y'all for defamation, how are you going to fight it? Like, how are you going to fight it? To me, there was definitely malicious intent. They were mad that he went after Daily Wire, period, point blank.
Yeah, I agree. Nay, that is not his wife. That woman was the nanny. So that was just a clip from her deposition in either their divorce proceedings or whatever. I don't know what it is, but.
So there's more to come.
There's more to
have
come.
to follow Pearl just for this little snippet.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Welcome, Mad Cow.
This is why we believe no women. Hashtag believe no woman. Hashtag believe no woman.
You know what? Speaking of that, the Me Too movement, they have now, their messaging now, I wrote this down, is protect our daughters. Okay. And I want to decode that for you people, because what that equates to is blame your sons. Okay. So just know that Me Too putting out this messaging of protect our daughters, y'all better start watching your sons. That's all I got to say. Start talking to your sons about these girls.
Contracts. People think they laugh at me. You're going to sign a contract. You are going to sign a contract, and you need to get her consent on fucking camera. It's getting to that point where men have to make sure they have evidence to cover their ass, because girls are nasty and vindictive.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah. Absolutely. And they always have been like that. But now there's this huge push to villainize. And I'm glad Michelle brought this up. We didn't have Danny Masterson on the agenda. But I thought it was interesting. I wasn't really interested in the Danny Masterson thing, but I thought it was interesting that Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher have now resigned from their anti-child sex abuse organization after, defending Danny Masterson or whatever. And then they came out and they did some like whack ass apology for what they said. But this is proof that you have to believe the women or else. So Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher, expressed their support for Danny, I guess, at some point. I don't know the whole story. I wasn't really following this, but they, I guess he was convicted. He's a convicted rapist now. Okay. He was sentenced to 30 years in life, in prison, 30 years to life in prison. And Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher wrote letters of support for him when he went to trial for this. Okay. So now they're facing backlash for these letters. And this is why they have to now step down from this organization, because you cannot support the man. This is the rule now. You have to believe all women.
Well, see, I look at it differently. I don't think he's innocent. I don't.
No, I don't think so either.
Hollywood is a very perverted place.
Yeah.
To me, this is just damage control. You have an anti sex abuse organization you're running, but then you're choosing to support someone who's been accused of the very same thing that you're supporting. So it's almost like, to me, this is not you can't believe men. To me, this is, you need to be very, very consistent on matters such as this. To me, this falls in line with supporting homosexuality. Like, I don't care who you are. If you've been convicted and there's evidence against you, you no longer have my support. And I won't be writing letters for you to get out of any situation when you've been accused of something this egregious and you've been found guilty. So to me, this is not, let's hop on men and we can't believe men or support men. It's, you look ass backwards right now.
Mm-hmm. Well,
They do.
here's my thing about it, and I'm limited on being able to comment on this because I don't know the history of what the accusations were. I didn't watch the court case. I didn't follow it. But it looks like the Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis had written character letters for Danny. They praised him in particular for discouraging drug use during their time on that 70s show, which is the show he was on. And that's basically what they said. Is they said, the Danny we knew is a good guy, and is it possible that they don't know an evil side to him, that he rapes women? I don't know, right? I also didn't see the evidence. I also don't believe in these particular cases of rape that just because something goes to court, and we've talked about this in other instances as well, and somebody's found guilty, doesn't mean that they are guilty, right? It's you're only as innocent as the evidence that's presented to fight your case. But again, I don't know either way. He could be 100% guilty of this. My point is if they decided they wanted to write character letters to speak to the person that they know, whether you and I agree on whether we would do that or not is two different things. I think what the issue is that because they don't toe the line that Hollywood wants them to toe and this organization wants them to toe, they're getting canceled, right? They're getting canceled. I'll tell you right now, if you did something, if you went to jail for something illegal, and I personally have no proof or knowledge of that situation, and you write to me and you say, hey, can you be a character witness for me? I'm going to say, listen, the Soonie I know is this person. I don't know the other Soonie. If that happened or not, that's not for me to say. But I'm going to tell you the person that I know. I would most certainly do that. Right? And I would write that letter saying, I don't know if she's guilty of these accusations, but the person I know is this way. That's just me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's nasty what they do to people. It's nasty that you can't have your own thought process anymore. But
I mean, you don't get to have that luxury when you're a public figure and you have organizations in your name. You just don't. That's what comes with it.
Yeah. And wow, 20 years ago, this happened 20 years ago. Does the statute of limitations not exist anymore for anything? Because I swear to you,
depends on the state.
Oh, okay. There you go. Depends on the
This
state.
has been going on for years, though. Like he's been accused of this for years. I used to watch a lot of videos about him, and he just comes off as a weirdo.
Oh, so his okay.
He's just a very weird guy. I even find Ashton Kutcher and his wife's relationship very early on to just be very weird. He's 19, she's 14. That's weird. Why are you I'm sensitive about this subject, so my judgment could very well be clouded. Hollywood is perverted. Young girls are taken advantage of just like young boys are. There's no side to take on this but the victims, and he's got a history, and he's been called out for this multiple times. I'm a firm believer that when someone shows you who they are, you believe them. You don't mess around with stuff like this. Not like this. No. Now, if he was accused of DV, okay, maybe I might be like, okay, well, where's the video? How do you? Where's the evidence? But when you're accused of the same thing repetitively, just like Trey Songz, this guy's been accused of rape numerous times for over 10 years. Keke Palmer came out and said she got put in a situation. Plenty of women have come out and said something. Is it all just made up and it's just this everything is a ploy to go after men? I think we have to be a bit more nuanced with these subjects, because it becomes polarizing just to think that a man is being railroaded.
Yeah. I mean, I know that not every case is a case of the woman's not telling the truth. But when I think about how all the evidence that we had at the time looked in the Johnny Depp situation, for example, until that went to trial and you heard it all put together and the character witnesses that came up for him and spoke at his trial, like made it undeniable that there was not something connecting there. I think that we have to look at it like that too. Like, again, it's hard for me in this particular situation because I don't know this guy. I'm not familiar with his history. So I'm limited in the opinion that I could have, but I don't know. I guess in these celebrity situations, I'm very suspect.
I get it.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with having a cautious reaction to it.
Yeah.
But I do think when someone has the same thing by different people, it's not like
Yeah.
it's calculated, then you might want to listen. That would be like if you were saying something about me and then opposite people, you know, like people that don't like me on this side as well, or they're all saying the same thing, you saying it would make it more credible because it's coming from a wide variety of people, not just one side, and it's just very calculated.
Right.
That's just how I look at it.
Yeah. Interesting. Cool. Do you have anything before we start talking about Trump?
I don't. I'm reacting today.
You don't have anything?
I don't. I woke up at 6. I had to get my kids ready, and I had to be out the door by 7:30. And I didn't come home until I came home to sit down in front of the computer. I mean, I think I have like goofy stuff on my Instagram that I was reacting to. Suki with the good coochie acted a hot mess at the VMAs.
Can you
I don't know
play
if
it?
y'all saw that.
Can you play it?
You want to see
I
it?
was disgusted. Yeah, just mute it though. Like we don't need to see we don't need to hear anything. I don't know if there's any music in the background, but yeah, just
Yeah,
you don't
Suki
even
with
need.
the good coochie was cutting up. So Weedy, I don't know if you guys know who that is. A rich nigga, 8-figure. That's my type. She sings that song. She can't read. Everybody made fun of Fantasia for being illiterate. She can't read. They drug her through the mud. So Weety had a hard time reading the teleprompter. And I just said, y'all got the most ignorant representations that y'all could find, and you put them on the goddamn MTV Awards. It was a hot mess.
That was the VMAs?
That was the VMAs.
Oh man.
The VMAs. Look at her.
Look at this. That is so you're in a gown. And look at this girl came up. She came up to fix like
twerking.
She's like, look, Ma, I made it. Soonie, your face is funny. You looking at it like, dang.
I said, what's that smell? God,
that is
damn.
so disgusting, that behavior. So disgusting.
Nasty, right? Just nasty. And then this one is Saweetie. I felt bad for her. I really did. Millions of people just watched your dumbass struggle to read.
Oh yeah, I saw this one. Okay, yeah, you got to put the sound of this one.
We got more from your favorite nominees, more glitz, more glam, and definitely music coming your way right after the break. And you're not gonna want to miss what we have upcoming on the VMA pre-show. I know that's right.
She said, "I know that's right." First of all, you have to be dumb, okay? Because a teleprompter is the easiest thing to read. It's like if you guys have gone to karaoke, it's kind of like that, right? Like it's like when you're doing karaoke and you like see, and it's like only showing you the words as you're supposed to say them. That's what reading a teleprompter is like. I don't know if she was drunk or something, but
I know that's right.
That was an embarrassment. I don't know which one was more embarrassing, Suki with the good coochie, or who was the other one? Saweetie.
Suki with the good coochie. Do you follow Keisha King?
Keisha King.
Keisha King. She's on the show with
Oh, yeah, with Chad.
Okay. I did a show with Keisha King years ago when she first went viral for her Moms for Liberty. She was standing up for her kid. It's fucked up.
I just got a visual of like a hippo rising. I don't know why that's so funny, but like
it's true. All you can see is her ass in the air. That was funny. That was a good one. Oh my gosh. Okay. So Keisha King came out and said what we were saying, or I was specifically saying on the mugshot. And this video inspired me because Oliver attempted to throw us under the bus by saying they put out his shirt too. First of all, bitch, what no they? Okay.
Mo put out the shirt.
Mo put out the shirt. I didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
And I said I don't want to do this, but because this is a duo, I have to respect the fact that there's certain things that she wants to do that I don't. But it was nice to have someone else come out that is conservative and has a brain and says what the truth is. I was so happy. I said, oh, I guess it's okay to say this now. Nobody's freaking out. Of course, Angela Stanton King.
That should appeal to Black men. It's ridiculous. So you need to be very realistic. And if you plan on engaging in the Black community, I would highly suggest do not go up in there talking about, oh, see, Trump's got a mug shot. Don't you have a mug shot? Don't do that. And if you get a door slammed in your face, you will absolutely deserve it. All right.
What did Angela say?
You want me to go to the comments? I can't go to the comments on my computer.
Yeah.
But I
just
can
go
go
to
to the comments on my
Just
phone.
read it to me.
Angela Stanton. I said, oh, good Lord. I said, when I said this, I was being sensitive. And she's like, no, it's actually offensive. You're not sensitive. So this is what Angela Stanton King said. Sis, DeSantis doesn't have a mugshot neither. Does he have a plan for Black America? What are you talking about? Why can't we stick on the subject of conservatives and Republicans along with Black conservatives boosting this dumbass concept that this somehow makes Trump more relatable to us? Focus on that, sis, because you talk about DeSantis.
But for real, can you decode that comment for me? Because I don't even understand. What?
Sis, DeSantis doesn't have a mugshot neither. She meant to say either, not neither.
Oh,
okay. Does he have a plan for Black America? She's saying this to Keisha because Keisha is a supporter of DeSantis. So she's saying, if this mugshot ain't gonna help Trump, then sis, tell me what's up with DeSantis. That's exactly what she said.
Angela's just saying that shit because she got
That's
several.
what I'm saying.
She got several.
You a Trumper.
And she got several mugshots her damn self. Angela's a whole scammer.
Listen. She said, well, we need to. This is what Angela Stanton King said. And this is a liberal talking point, by the way. Pay attention, y'all.
Okay.
Here we go. She said, this is Keisha King responding. You're correct. DeSantis doesn't have a mugshot. I don't see the point. And I've said to you, and as I've said to you before, I don't think Black people need anything different from anyone else. Would you agree? Treat us the same way you treat any other race. We're not any different. We might have to be talked to a little different, but we all like our guns. We want a nice paycheck and we want our families to be safe.
Soonie, what do you mean you got to be talked to different? What are you talking about?
Sometimes you can't just walk in a room talking like Peter. Hello, guys. How you doing? Like, we don't relate to that. Throw some slang on it. Say, duh. Throw a goddamn in there. Come on. Just talk. Talk straight. Shoot it straight. Don't come in there talking like Tom, Dick, and Harry. Come in there and talk like a regular person.
Yeah. You know what's funny about that? And I understand why some Black people feel like they need to do this, right? But like when I know somebody, right? Like we talk like, like you and I talk, right? Like you talk how you talk, I talk how I talk, right? But like if we were walking into like a party together and all of a sudden you're like, "Hi, nice to meet you." And you're like, just not being you. And if I said to you, "Hey, Soonie, what was that?" And you're like, "Well, I'm
Got a code switch.
I'm around a bunch of white folks. I got a code switch." Dude, I wish people didn't feel like they had to do that.
But I don't think you should have to. But
Yeah.
let's be honest. Right? We can have a transparent moment here.
Yeah.
You even get on me for how I phrase things, and you're like, bro, I don't
Yeah.
know what the hell you just said, but don't say that shit again. Right?
It's what she says, some like country ass shit, and I just don't even understand what she's saying. So I'm like,
I
don't
think I
talk
said,
to
why
me.
come? And she's like, what?
Right.
Why come?
But
I don't think
I'm
that's
not saying
appropriate.
Yeah, but of course not, right? Like I wouldn't be like, "What's up?" Like coming into some business
Yeah.
meeting or something. But I'm just saying, like, I get put professionalism on it, but like, you still
I'm
gotta be
gonna walk
Black.
in and say, hey, how you doing? Of course, I'm not gonna be like, hello, how are you?
You still gotta keep
No.
it Black though. You know what I mean? You still gotta keep it Black. Because, dude, honestly, I feel like that's the edge, right? That Black people have is like, there's a swag, there's a coolness to it. Like, don't suppress it. Don't suppress it. Just show it. You know what I
That's
mean?
true. I agree with that. I wish we could do that, but unfortunately, you have the white people clutching their pearls like, what did they just say? I don't understand.
What did they just say?
I love you guys. It's just reality. Don't take offense to it.
Yeah.
So Keisha King and Angela Stanton are going back and forth, and Angela Stanton says, again, we have a Black maternal health crisis. No one else has it. We can't pick and choose. Angela Stanton.
She's so dumb, dude. Now I remember why I unfollowed her ass.
Can you please give us the data supporting this Black maternal health crisis that only affects Black people? Because if you're going to give us the ambiguous data that says they died during childbirth more so than white women, you're going to need to go ahead and provide the nuance. Did they have pre-existing conditions? Because that's why most women died during childbirth.
Right.
Sometimes there's internal bleeds that doctors don't catch. White women die from the same shit. So that would just be my response to her. Please don't be deceptive with polling and data. Please don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't try to manipulate with statistics. Be honest with yourself. And Keisha King just said, look, we are not going to agree on this. We're just not. I want less government, not more government across the board. I don't care what you look like. That's fine, but let's deal with reality. What is Ron DeSantis willing to do about the Black maternal health crisis? What does that have to do with
move the goalpost?
The mugshot. And how conservatives are saying that this is more relatable to the Black population. Why?
Yeah.
I don't relate to nobody's mugshot. So shout out to Keisha King, because I was actually happy to see her speak out. Damn.
Yeah.
She's a more polished Black person. She speak proper.
Yeah.
They listen to her. I say shit and damn and niggas. I talk to everybody like they at the barbecue.
You're so funny, dude.
Look, where the weed at?
No,
shoot.
But you know what's funny? You know what's funny is like, okay, so Soonie knows I don't care for the N-word, right?
Mm-hmm.
She still says it all the time. And I would never tell her, Soonie, don't say that. Because number one, she's an adult, right? Of course, I say it like jokingly, like, because she always says she's going to try to make me say it, which ain't going to happen. But, you know, she is who she is. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to tell her how to be. My thought process about the N-word is my thought process about the N-word. Y'all would lose your mind.
I'm so tired of this. I'm so tired of this goddamn movement and these folks. I'm gonna circle back to the whole probably during election season. I'm gonna circle back to the whole mugshot situation and see where people are with it.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of Black conservatives look dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
Dumb. You
Yeah.
criticize Black degeneracy and then embrace it when it's convenient for you.
Yeah.
You don't get to be insulted when a liberal says you didn't graduate with a high school diploma, because the mugshot is what makes you relatable. So being dumb should make us, should make any candidate more relatable to us as well.
Yeah.
Since apparently we all relate to not reading books, right?
Mm-hmm. And just a FYI, I want to bring it up because Soonie brought it up. Is I'm assuming somebody sent the clip of us saying we were talking about Damani Felder's post about him calling out conservatives, and Soonie used Right Wing Angel as an example, right? Because he had posted about it. And I'm assuming somebody sent Right Wing Angel the clips of us talking about it because it was well after the fact. And then he posted on his story about it, which I thought was kind of like funny because I was, I wrote him. Me and Angel, I like Angel. I've always said, even though we criticize, I like him. I like Oliver, right? Like, I don't always agree with Right Wing Angel's posts, but I like Oliver. I've met him in person. He's a very nice person. And I wrote him and I said, listen, there's no hard feelings here. This is just something we disagree on. And he said, well, you guys were coming with a lot of fire in that commentary. And I was like, well, we all have fire in our commentary for other people, right? So we got to be able to like take it both ways. So anyways, there was no hard feelings between me and him whatsoever. So I don't know. I just think it's funny when people are like, I'm going to show this person the post that you talk shit about them. And I'm just like, first of all, we did it on a live show. It's public. He could have watched it any time. And we did so knowing that.
Listen, I don't give a fuck. I don't care no more. He can come on this show anytime he wants. I'm not going to stop having commentary about you, about things I disagree with. And it's not shit talking. Yeah. And I don't need to tag you. I'm sorry. You sound very entitled. Why don't you tag me first? It's public. I talk about you. And I'm sure your followers tell you I talk about you. Yeah. And I don't need y'all accusing me. Oh, you just trying to clout chase. No, I'm going to talk about you. I don't need clout. I'm just going to give my opinion and be done with it. And we all give opinions. What we do as a profession is giving opinions on what we see happening. So I agree with you. You don't get to be selective on, well, you can't talk about me. And if you talk about this and you're shit talking and nope, I'm doing nothing different than what everyone does. We commentate on what other influencers do, as well as pop culture news, politics.
Right. And Soonie and I have a show together, but it's obvious Soonie and I have our own thought processes about things. They've been very open about the fact that they don't like Soonie, right? So, and when I say they, it's not just, Oliver and other people that have said it to my face, like have questioned why I'm even doing a show with Soonie, like asked me why I'm even doing a show with Soonie because they don't like her. But that does, like, if I had that situation, I would not feel obligated to tag anybody and to let you know I'm commenting on something you posted publicly. Okay. That's Soonie's situation with them. Okay. Me personally, I know Oliver. I respect Oliver as a person, as a human being. I wouldn't post. I would go straight to him and be like, what do you mean about this? Okay. But Soonie doesn't have that luxury because they don't like her. She has invited multiple times for people to come and talk and debate, and they don't want to do that. So when you don't want to have a conversation, this is what happens is you get to post stuff and you don't have to provide people with the courtesy of letting them know you're posting. So that's it.
And plus, y'all don't know me. Do you guys see the loud, proud person on the internet, which is who I am in real life, but you don't know me? None of you have spent time with me, but you have all these outlandish opinions about who I am. You don't know me as a person. The only person who knows me as a person is this person right here next to me on this screen. This is who I talk to almost every day. If I'm sad or I'm upset and I want to cry, this is a person I call. And I don't owe that to anyone on the internet, which is why people don't like me, because I'm transparent with what I want to be transparent with. I'm going to show what I want to show. And you can watch it, not watch it. I will have a whole conversation with somebody I don't like and be respectful as heck. That's one thing I feel like people really glance over. I'm respectful. I may not agree, but I'm going to be honest about what I don't agree with you on. And it's that simple. It's not nothing personal. It's not the end of the world.
This is what we do.
Move on, dot fucking calm.
Yeah. This is what we do. So that's why it always baffles me when people get in their feelings about stuff, because I'm like, but we do this all day to other people. We talk about other people. Like, why does it have to like I love Brandon. I love Brandon. I love him as a person. I respect him. Why does that equate to me not being able to like disagree or like question or criticize, and vice versa?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Vice versa. Like, grow up, people.
Grow up.
Like, this isn't the playground where we have to like draw a line in the sand and you got to be on that side and I got to be on this side. No, I can move back and forth. Guess what? I can move back and forth. I could be whatever side. I could create my own little section. Anyways.
Can we talk about Trump flip-flopping ass? They're going to get mad now. They're going to get even more mad.
Yeah.
That's why they don't like me to begin with.
Yeah. Okay. So I have like 6 clips here that we're going to talk about. But again, I want to say I loved this interview. I thought Megyn did a great job. I even thought Trump did a great job, even though his answers in some areas were not the best.
No, you might be a little biased.
No. I'm being critical of him right now, right?
Okay.
But I always appreciate the fact that he does sit down with people when somebody like Megyn who comes along and can really question him, right? He's not afraid to talk. He's not afraid to be available to journalists.
I wish
right?
Candace would have done this. I think it would have been way better if she would have done this, man. I really wish Candace would have done this.
It would have been.
Yeah.
And I again, like, this was the interview I expected from Candace.
Yeah. So did I.
But Megyn and him kind of have a history of her calling him out. So I think in that sense, Trump has a respect level for her because she's had the balls to call him out and she doesn't back down. So I think that's why they're able to have this interaction.
That makes sense.
Because he respects her.
That makes
sense.
I'm the same way. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. Okay, so this first clip that we're going to show, and again, I'll post. Remind me before the show's over that I'll post the link to this in the description box. This was him being asked about COVID and why he didn't fire Anthony Fauci. Okay.
Ooh.
This is the question that we kind of have all been wanting him to speak on. So here is his answer.
Hopefully I don't have to go off, y'all. You ain't got nothing up here. You know that, right?
What'd you say?
There's nothing on here. You know that, right? I'm like, he gonna pull the video up? Just sitting there watching it. Just sitting there watching it. They on the screen. Boomer.
I'm sorry. I like imagine sharing my screen. I'm over here watching it like,
y'all see this?
Most enjoying the interview without us. Okay. My bad, y'all. You know, I can't be perfect all the time. Okay, here we go.
I'm gonna do it. I will do an executive order. Yeah, 100%.
Let's talk about COVID. For years, you've been saying that the reason you didn't fire Anthony Fauci was because he'd been there for a long time, that you would have taken heat, that it would have created a firestorm, quoting your words. Then for the first time in May...
I also said I didn't listen to him too much.
I'm getting there. But then in May, you started saying, well, he's a civil servant.
Like that. I'm getting there.
Shut
your old ass up.
He said, well, I also said, yeah, that was pretty funny.
Couldn't technically. The truth is, though, not only did you not fire Fauci, who is loathed by many, millions of Republicans in particular, but also some Democrats.
By the way,
You made him a star. You made him a star. This is the criticism of you, that you made him the face of the White House coronavirus task
You think so?
force, that he was out at every presser, that he was running herd for the administration on COVID, and that you actually gave him a presidential commendation before he left office. Wouldn't you like a do-over on that?
I don't know who gave him the commendation.
Okay, so we're gonna stop right there.
She
and
did
we're
not
gonna
say
move.
this.
Huh?
Candace said that. What?
Okay, so here you guys see, he just said he did not give Fauci accommodation. Okay, this is from the White House. President Trump awards presidential commendation to Operation Warp Speed Team.
Which was Fauci.
So, which was Fauci. Okay. So, he's on this list of names. This isn't the whole document, but today, President Donald Trump, this was on January 19, 2021, awarded presidential commendations to the below individuals in recognition of their exceptional efforts on Operation Warp Speed. Okay. And Dr. Fauci's down here under this line. It's hard to see, but that was just
Dr. Anthony Fauci.
Yep, we have Mark Milley, Alex Azar, Jared Kushner, Monsef Salou.
The czar for the big pharma. Oh, I'm gonna be quiet. Let me shut up.
Yeah. So there's some interesting folks on here. Now, a lot, General Mark Milley, he fired later on. Deborah Birx, she gone. The scarf lady, right? And I don't know who these other people are besides Fauci. But I wanted to bring that up because that's a real-time fact check right there. So you guys can see that he's not being honest. Now, is he saying that these presidential commendations get issued without him knowing? Maybe so. Okay, I don't know. But we'll continue.
I really don't know who gave him the commendation.
Presidential commendation. One went out to Mark
Somebody
Milley, too.
probably handed him a commendation. But let me just tell you about Fauci. Fauci was very important in the Biden administration, much less important. If you know, he didn't want to stop China. He wanted to let everyone come in from China. I stopped it. I overrode it. I overrode many of the things he did. He was much less important to me. Now, with that all being said, he's been there for years. He was respected. He lost a lot of the respect because of COVID, but he was respected. And on COVID, if you know what I did, I let the governors run their states. And many of the governors opened up their states. Some of them didn't. Florida, by the way, was closed. But if
he threw that little jab on DeSantis. Now, I will give him that. That is true, right? He left it up to the states, which it should be left up to the states. But that wasn't her question. Okay. You see how, he's very, very good at just, I'm going to direct you towards this.
Circle
that
back.
wasn't her question. Yeah. She going to circle him back for sure.
Ugh.
And Mad Cow, I saw that your comment said Trump won't do an interview with Candace. He already did an interview with Candace. Didn't go well.
I think he's talking about afterwards.
Oh,
Not that
okay,
one.
gotcha. Yeah.
I guess
maybe
she
so.
supports. She said Trump can't beat Biden. Only DeSantis can win an election. I would love to have the clip of her saying that. That's she's still pregnant, right?
Yeah.
Okay. She got pregnancy brain. I'm gonna give her a pass on that.
Wait,
Trump
Candace said
can't
Trump
win an
can't beat
election.
Biden. Only DeSantis can win the election. Dang, Mad Cow. If you can send me that link or the clip to that, send it over to me on email.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard her say.
All right, let's keep listening.
If you take a look at Henry McMaster, he had his state, South Carolina, open. You take a look at South Dakota, take a look at Tennessee. A lot of the states were not closed. And it's the federalist system. I allowed the governors to do that. I also allowed Democrat governors to do that, but I don't think none of them did it.
Wouldn't you like to go back and try to clip his wings? This guy was pushing mask mandates on us. He wanted the most extreme measure at every turn.
Okay, look, I'm not one that blames a system that if you're civil service or if you have some other protection that you can't get fired, because I've done things that are a lot worse than that.
You're big on the firing.
So yeah, I fired a lot of people. I fired Comey. And that was one of the great firings. I fired Comey, and then I fired a lot of other people in the FBI, and they were great firings because the deep state, and they were at work, and they were not good people. But I was not a big fan of Fauci. If you look at Ron DeSantis,
why didn't you fire him? That's all
Well,
you need to answer.
What I guess he's saying is he didn't have the right to fire him because he's a civil servant, right? It's kind of like Congress type of position. He's appointed. So, but nonetheless, I would say this. Okay, if you couldn't fire him, then you didn't have to prop him up as much as you did. Okay, you didn't have to allow him to get on the damn podium as much as you did. You could have like she said, clipped his wings and told him, all right, you need to go sit down. You're done. But
That's
he
true.
didn't. He literally pushed him forward, and he was the only face we saw talking about this damn thing forever.
That's true.
And by the way, for the YouTubes, we are not talking bad about your precious jab. We are not saying that,
No, we have no commentary.
the
on
thing.
on the job.
Don't. This is just purely us commentating on a public interview. We have to say that to cover our ass.
This guy said the greatest things. I can give you articles that Fauci's great. He's wonderful. We love him. We don't do anything without Fauci. This went on for months.
But he didn't listen to Fauci.
He did 100%. Look,
He shut down.
We ain't talking about what DeSantis did with Fauci. We're talking about what you did with Fauci.
No,
You are skirting the question, sir. You're skirting the question. Okay, I'm going to forward to 2544 because he goes on and on.
For one question they wanted me to ask you, that you shut the country down for 6 weeks in spring of 2020, Operation Warp Speed.
Excuse me.
Rushed through.
I didn't really.
Let me ask
no,
the
no,
question.
But Megyn,
This is my audience's question. I got to get it
know,
out.
But I let the governors shut down. Some did and some didn't.
Okay.
Some didn't shut down at all.
Operation Warp Speed, though.
Yeah.
That was on the vaccines. They were rushed through. They have helped, but also hurt a lot of people. And your White House actually supported mask mandates. So wouldn't you like a do-over on any of that?
Look, when this came in, nobody knew what the hell it was. It sounded like an ancient, pandemic. You thought that was from 200 years ago or from 1917. We never thought you'd have a pandemic. Nobody had any idea. We got word that bad things were happening in China right around the Wuhan clinic. And I was the one that said it was in the Wuhan clinic. And
so, again, he's not answering the question. All she asked was, now in retrospect, do you wish you could have a do-over? And if he wanted to win the American people back on this very pressing issue, he should have said, now that we know everything that we know, yes, I would have done things differently. And he could have left it at that.
Well, he's got to defend his actions. He's got to this is something I noticed with Trump.
Yeah.
If his name is attached to something, he's going to go 10 toes down for that and be like, nah, it wasn't the greatest thing ever. It could have been absolute dog shit. But because he's associated with it, nope, look, this is what happened. All right. We didn't know what the heck was going on. It was the greatest thing since mankind. What it is.
Right.
I'm glad she asked him about skipping FDA approval and not skipping or rushing. That was a really good question. Hopefully he answers.
Yep. All right.
And, I stuck with it, and it was absolutely. It came out of the Wuhan clinic. But you take a look, and what we did was, this was brand new. Nobody knew what the hell it was. There's dust. Somebody said there's dust coming in from China. And it's killing people in Italy, and it's killing people in France, and it's going to kill people here. And by the way, I shut it down to China. That was a big move. I saved thousands, hundreds of thousands of lives by doing it. But honestly, I don't blame a lot of people because nobody knew what it was. Now we do understand it somewhat. Nobody really understands it even now fully. But nobody knew what COVID was. And it wasn't even a name. I called it the China virus. I still do. I call it the China virus. It came out of China. They call it COVID.
I just want to say this really quick. It is not new. Okay. The version that we were experiencing of it, or whatever you want to call it, was new. But coronavirus itself has been around for a long time. And I know this because it has always been on the back of Lysol cans that Lysol helps to kill coronavirus. So
Mhm.
it's not new. It's not like we're dealing with just like this brand new disease that nobody knew what it was. It was just a different variation of it.
Right.
You know, so I don't know. He's acting like after mind you, we talked about this a couple of shows back. Remember, he bragged about how the doctors were so impressed with his knowledge, his medical
Mhm.
knowledge of
Mhm.
everything that they were explaining to him. So to act like to play dumb, which I feel like he's doing, like, oh, I didn't know, nobody knew, we were
Mhm.
all kind of like whatever. I don't like that.
It's
I don't
true.
like that. This whole section on this particular topic really.
I'm gonna let you do the criticism. They already hear it from me. They need to hear it from a Colt 45er.
Which, by the way, I'm still going to vote for Trump. By the way, so don't let my criticism fool you. Okay, don't let my criticism fool you, because I can be critical of somebody and still say they're the best option for right now.
And COVID-19, as far as the vaccine's concerned, you had the original COVID, and the vaccine had an impact on that. And there are some people, I will tell you, some friends of mine that are Democrat, I think they voted for me, but they're Democrat, very smart people, top people. They say, you know, I don't understand one thing. Why don't you talk more about the vaccine? It was one of the greatest things you've ever done. Now think of that. They say to me, and I say, I'm not going to talk about it one way or the other. First of all, no mandates. I don't want mandates. I never had mandates. Florida sort of.
I thought it was funny when he's. Go ahead.
So 2 Democrats talked you into talking about the jab. That's what he just told us. Your Democrat
Exactly.
friend said you should talk
Very
about this.
smart Democrats. Yeah. Yeah. Very
I don't
smart
know if
Democrats.
this is somebody playing 5D chess, y'all, because if 2 Democrats come to me and I'm the Republican guy, and they
Right.
say, hey, bro, you should probably talk about this. This is a good thing. I'm gonna say, nope, I'll pass.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna
Right.
listen to them. What in the world?
Yeah.
He's playing
Sus,
5,
right?
7D chess, though. Got it.
Yeah. The fact that he even mentioned that was weird. I would have kept that to myself.
Oh, Trump.
Yeah. I love him.
Have had a mandate because they were giving the vaccine. They were demanding everybody take the vaccine. It's another thing. But no mandates, no anything. I didn't demand anybody take it. But I have people on the other side, not my side, although probably there's some on my side too. They said, you saved 100 million people because I got it done in 9 months as opposed to 5 years to 12 years. A lot of people.
You're proud of it.
No, I'm not proud of it. I'm saying what Democrats.
Yes, you are.
Now you care what Okay, this is what's
Why
funny.
are you
Okay?
lying?
This is what's funny to me. When Democrats like what you're doing, then you care what Democrats think. Otherwise, they're pieces of shit and we shouldn't listen to them.
The deep state.
Yes, just understand, people. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Again, I'm going to vote for Trump, but just be aware that he's not this all perfect, says everything right person. This is asinine, okay, what he's saying. The fact that he
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Okay, the fact that he just said that the vaccine has saved 100 million lives. Can you show me the data on that? Because where's the data to support that it saved 100 million lives? He lied again. He lied again. And I'm not going to play this part because this goes on and on and on. But he goes on to brag about the ventilators. He goes on to brag about all the PPEs or the PP, whatever, the stuff that they wear, all that stuff that he was able to get quickly because of Operation Warp Speed, without even mentioning the fact that a lot of people died using these ventilators and that hospitals weren't responsibly putting people on ventilators, right? So I do wish that she would have pushed this. However, if you do watch this interview, I suggest you watch it all the way through the end, even into the commentary, because she does explain why she couldn't go any further. Because she said, as a journalist, when you're trying to do an interview with somebody like Trump, right, who's already notoriously difficult to interview and question, you have to, in the moment, decide, is this question worth pursuing and fact checking on the spot, right? Like, are you going to get anywhere doing that? So I thought it was interesting as somebody who, is a journalist in a sense, right? And to learn from something like that. on how to interview somebody, because I think she's a great interviewer. But what were you going to fact check? You said you were going to fact check something.
Well, he said he said he wasn't proud of it. Democrats were. I didn't tell people to go get it. I didn't mandate them. You encouraged people, Trump, and I have a clip of him encouraging, because this was the first time he was booed on the stage by Trump supporters. This is when I came out against Trump. When he did this, and he brought the CEO of Johnson & Johnson on the stage and bragged about how rich he was, you got booed every single time. Don't quit lying, bro. And I think this is the Occupy Democrats page.
You know what? I believe totally in your freedoms. I do. You got to do what you have to do. But I recommend take the vaccines. I did it. It's good. Take the vaccines. But
so, okay.
He said he recommend. He didn't say I enforce it, which I understand that. But people who say he didn't push it, he did push it. He was promoting it. Do people have a right to choose? Yes, they do have a right to choose. But he's not being 100% honest.
He's not. You can't complain about Democrats pushing the jab every which way, and then you have a Republican president who is encouraging. So that's a double whammy. They're saying you have to get it, and he's saying, why not get it? It's a good vaccine. Go ahead and get it.
Right.
I'm not forcing you to go get it, but I'm gonna peer pressure you into it and say, I got it. How come you won't get it?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Look, guys,
All right.
I smoke. You should smoke.
We should smoke too. I jumped off a bridge. Why don't you jump off a bridge? Okay, so he's going to finish up this talk on COVID, and then it's going to transition into her asking about the trans issue. Okay, so we're going to let it go straight from COVID to that.
Democrats.
I get it. I mean, and I'm not somebody who denies some of the good that the vaccines did. I lived through that too. But of course, a lot of people have been vaccine injured. And that's one of the questions. Those people are mad that they were rushed through and that they can't sue.
Well, I never gave mandates, and people have to make up their own, make their own decision. As far as I'm concerned, now some places had mandates, very strong mandates.
Bring up no damn
Democrat governors and probably.
What'd you say?
He's not answering the question. She didn't say nothing about mandates. She said vax injury. Talk about the fucking injury.
Yeah. He doesn't acknowledge that at all. Just so you know.
Probably some Republicans, et cetera, but there are Democrats that say, why aren't you talking about that? It's one of they really believe strongly. One said, and this is very smart people. They said, you saved 100 million people worldwide. In 1917, it could have been as much as 100 million. It ended the First World War because all the soldiers were dying of this horrible disease.
You did not just compare COVID to the First World War.
Yep. I'll give you the timestamp of that if you want it. Megyn's sitting there like, boy, can you just answer this question? Like, can you just land the plane? Because you circle in the airport. You know when he starts doing this with his hands, you'll notice like the more interviews of Trump you watch, when his hands are not involved, he's probably being more honest. When he starts doing this with his hands and, motioning, it's a distraction technique, just FYI.
It actually ended the First World War. The soldiers were dying. They was on the lines, they're fighting, and they're dying of this horrible disease. They said, you might have saved 100 million people, 50 million people. Why aren't you talking about it? I said, I'm not talking about it. But what I did do is I got something done for that specific thing. I also got Regeneron, and I got a lot of therapeutics done, which were great. I also got the robes and the leather and the rubber and all of the different things, the ventilators. Mm-hmm. We did a tremendous job.
That killed people.
Never.
What'd you say?
I said the ventilators, that killed people, but keep going. Talk about all the great things you did that killed people.
They appreciated what I did with the economy. I got a lot of good marks on economy. I got a lot of good marks on a lot of things. Rebuilding the military, getting rid of ISIS, the biggest tax cuts in history.
He went way out there. Like
Trump.
Yeah.
She said, vaccine. Listen, Trump. May the Lord bless you real good. She asked you about vaccine injuries, sir.
Right.
Why are you talking about ISIS? Why are you talking about the economy? We don't care nothing about this, big dog. I want you to talk about the jab injuries. Anybody who is a Trump supporter watching this show, I know you are embarrassed right now.
Yeah.
You can't not be. You have to criticize. He just lied probably 5 times.
Yeah. Listen, I'll say something positive because that's who I am. Okay. At least he's consistent on all these things, right? Like he hasn't changed this story since I can remember him talking about it. I'm embarrassed.
You're struggling. She said,
Oh shit.
It's like, oh Lord, Trump.
Yeah. Here we go. All right, we're about to get into the tranny issue.
History.
Supreme Court.
I never got, I think, the credit that I deserve on COVID. And I'll tell you the way I look at it. It came in and nobody knew it was. We have to put ourselves back then. I had a meeting and we had a lot of professionals in the Oval Office. They say, sir, something bad is happening in the world. I said, what's
All right,
that?
I'm going to forward through this.
And they said, people are dying. They're dying in China, in this area. And there was pictures of
trans and women's rights. In 2016, you said that Caitlyn Jenner, who is trans, could use the women's restroom at Trump Tower. You allowed biological men to compete in the Miss Universe pageant at the time, which you owned. A lot has changed since 2016. Have you?
Yeah, well, I have, but look, I knew.
I have,
Hey.
but cancels out your entire first statement.
Yeah.
Learn how the English language works. They are trained. Yep, I have, but what? Continue. I want to hear you put your foot in your mouth.
Jenner, this is very much like the same subject we just talked about. This was brand new.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a brand new subject also. There's a lot
It hadn't exploded.
A lot of it hadn't exploded. I mean, nobody talked about it really. And so they're saying, what do you think? And people say, yes, use, no use. But I'm the one that wouldn't allow it in the military. That was a big move.
Oh,
I wouldn't
my
allow
Lord,
it.
Jesus.
I'm going to throw the softball outfield.
Trump.
Listen, y'all need to listen and learn. The man is a master at guiding a conversation. He's a master.
Can we fact check Trump? Have you ever seen me do this many fact checks right off?
Yeah, work on the fact check. Let me
I got
keep
it.
playing.
It's already up.
Oh,
Cool.
pull
I'll
it
let
up.
you-
Let's see.
It's right here.
No. Go ahead.
He said, Trump. Oh, Jesus, Trump. You said this is new, bruh. Okay.
On May the 6th of 2016, President Obama sent a letter to every school district in the United States. And President Obama said, every child has a right to use the bathroom of the gender that they identify with. And President Obama threatened the state departments of education. If you don't let transgender children use the bathroom of the gender they identify with, we will cut your funding. We will cut your money. We will cut your grants. And so Barack Obama, more than any other politician in the world, fed the transgender movement.
Why are you lying? This was new. No, the fuck it wasn't. No. Stop lying. You old. You are old, sir. This is making me so upset.
Dude, I knew you loved this interview. It's juicy. Okay, let's keep going because people are probably like, let it finish already. Hold on.
The world. I went to the real generals. I said, what do you think? And they did not like it. Nobody wanted to go public with it. It's a very hard subject. I ended it in the military. Now, since this character got in, he's allowed it in the military. You know, part of the problem is you'd have to take massive amounts of drugs. In the military, you're not allowed to take drugs. and you have to take massive amounts of drugs. So right there, it should not be allowed. But I took a lot of heat. No matter what you do there, you're going to take heat. You understand?
Yeah.
But
But how do you feel?
Caitlyn Jenner, was she allowed?
Should biological men who say that they're trans be allowed in women's restrooms, in women's locker rooms, women's prisons, women's spaces?
Yeah, my stance on that is really pretty much what I had in the military.
I didn't like that.
Say no.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
No. You
Just
banned them. Like, bro, you banned them from serving in our military. Thank you, Mr. President. No, I don't think they should be competing. Bro, say it.
Say it. Exactly. And that's what I didn't like is I was very uncomfortable with his uncomfortableness of being direct with not only this question, but also when they talked about can a man be a woman, which we'll get to in the last clip.
Okay.
I think it
So
has
no.
to be, huh?
No, so
Yeah.
you should.
Yeah, that's my stance. I mean, that's been my stance. I may have allowed Caitlyn. Caitlyn's Caitlyn, right? I knew Caitlyn as Bruce. I knew Bruce, and Bruce was a great athlete and a very handsome person, very handsome guy. And all of a sudden, Bruce is Caitlyn. I said, "What's this all about?" This was a brand new subject too, just like we talk about. The pandemic was a subject that nobody knew anything about. Nobody knew anything about it. It was all early. You make a decision, and you make the decision very strongly.
No, I get it. Look, I myself have changed a lot on this
Yeah,
issue
I have.
since
I have.
2016. I'm just trying to figure out whether you have in fact reversed on it.
I don't think I've changed. I think I've just, at the beginning, it was such a small subject. Nobody really thought about it. But then with time, you change. Where I probably took the hardest line was on the military.
Yeah, that's true.
Here we go again with the military.
Okay, so what I hear him saying is he changed from 2016 and now he's not okay with it without saying those words.
What I heard him say is I think what he was saying when he said nobody really, or this wasn't really like something we knew about was, and I agree with him to a certain extent, right? Like talking about transgenderism and trannies using the restroom was not something that was like this big grand discussion. You know what I mean?
I disagree.
I
This
don't
is-
remember it like that. You probably been talking about it for a long time.
I sure have.
Yeah, you probably been talking about it a long time. But like if I wasn't in that world, and you know what, I was in that world from like a different standpoint, right? Because there was a time when I would go to, gay clubs and I was around like gay people because I had friends that were gay and we'd go to the drag show. So I would see trannies that I knew were not women using the restroom, right? Like it wasn't something that was foreign to me, but I can understand somebody going, I don't remember us ever having these discussions about these types of things. I can understand that. So I think that's what he was saying, but he still wasn't being very definitive on his answer is all I'm saying, which I'm uncomfortable with. I'm not comfortable with that. She doing her Gabriella Union.
Let's keep it moving. I need to hear the rest of this.
Okay.
Well, what about the children? That's become an issue now. Should children be provided with access to puberty blockers and cross-sex hormones when they're minors?
Yeah, I'm so against it. First of all,
he should have answered everything else that way.
I was about to say that. Huh?
Is that what you were about to say?
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's kind of like the litmus test for me because I'm like, okay, so he can be definitive about something. He's choosing not to be definitive on the transgenderism thing.
many of them, I heard like 62%, when they grow up, when they're older, they're saying, who did this to me? Why did you do this to me? Second of all, the parents have to make the decision. You know, they're trying to give it to school boards and schools and things to make a decision. It's unbelievable to think, you know, I talk about mutilation sometimes in my speeches. We will stop the mutilation of children. And then I'll stop and I'll say to the people in the audience, I'll say, can you imagine that I'm talking about we're going to stop mutilation of children? But that's what it is. It's the mutilation of children. And we will stop the mutilation of children. 10 years ago, you wouldn't even, nobody would ever think of it. I am telling people, because I guess I'm a politician, whether I like it or not. As a politician, as somebody that represents a lot of people, I'm telling people that we're going to stop the mutilation of children. Who would have to say a thing like that? You'd think it would be automatic.
Would you be in favor of a ban then on puberty blockers and cross-sex hormones for minors?
I think yes. I would.
Can a man become a woman?
Already took too long to answer that, in my opinion. You agree?
I need to hear the rest of this.
Okay.
In my opinion, you have a man, you have a woman. I think
Trump.
I think part of it is
That's lukewarm.
I'm rage quitting. I don't have no more.
This is the last clip, so let me finish this and then we can.
But he said that doctors said that he's very well versed in medicine. Did he not brag about that?
He did.
So biology says you have a dick, you have a vagina. There is nothing else unless you're intersex, and then you are a literal birth defect. There's something wrong with you. What in the world? It's only boys and girls. What?
Mad Cow said, please remember all the crap from Democrats, Zelensky's phone call, Russia, Steele dossier, etc.
No,
He's being told the vaccine was good. You think someone would have done a better job? Show me them.
That's the dumbest comment. I'm sorry, Mad Cow. I know you support the channel. Thank you. But that's a stupid comment, and you're deflecting. We are talking about a very serious subject that this country is plagued with, and it's personal to me because my children are affected by this. There is only a man and a woman. For this guy, you just listed all the things he got right. To not be able to say, no, a man cannot be a woman is weird.
Yeah. And I'm going to agree with Soonie Mad Cow on this because you're basically saying like, okay, but all the other things that they did to him. Yes. And we fully acknowledge where Trump has been done wrong. That's not what this is about. We totally get that, right? There are situations where Trump is being treated very, very poorly, and we don't agree with it. Okay. That has nothing to do with this particular question or any other question that we're being critical of. Okay. As far as he was being told the vaccine was good, we are not giving this man credit for how smart he is. We forget how smart he is. So I refuse to believe that he is just going to be going off of what people told him. And again, we talked about this several shows ago where I read a transcript from Trump talking about how the doctors, when this was all going on, were very impressed, okay, with how well-versed he was on the vaccine. Okay. Or on the COVID and all this other stuff. So we can support Trump, but not make excuses for when he just doesn't, his answers are subpar. We can't, he's not perfect. We can't hold him up like that. We have to criticize him because if he does get into office, we must demand more of him. We must demand more. And we actually have to demand more of him to get into office, not when he gets into office. He needs to know that in order to get the vote, he needs to give us more than this. Because I'm not comfortable. I'll be okay with like lukewarm answers on some things. But these questions about can a man be a woman, kids, transgenderism, I need you to be very definite on that, sir. I need there to be a very black and white answer there. That's all I'm saying. If you're okay with it, yeah, if you're okay, Soonie's got all the clips to fact check. If you're okay with him answering these questions the way he's answering them and not questioning it, totally respect your opinion on that. But as for my vote, I need answers. So what you got, Soonie? You got some fact checks?
Nothing. I said I can't wait to make clips. That's what I'm doing all weekend. This in video is going to last me a whole week because I'm going to piss the right off. I can't wait.
There's lots of stuff. Okay, we're almost done with this.
Birth. Can the man give birth? No. No, although they'll come up with some answer to that also someday. I heard just the other day they have a way that now the man can give birth. No, I would say I'll continue my stance on that.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about the criminal cases.
Okay. Anyways, that's the end of that. He goes into talking about the cases that are against him. If you guys want to watch the interview, I'll put it below right now. Not in the comment section, but I'll put it in the
This
description.
motherfucker. He didn't want to answer the question. He said, well, I take the same stance it takes on as it did with the army.
Yeah.
I'm
I meant to actually send this to Bryson because I was like, oh, Bryson would have a field day with this one.
I'll send it to him.
Yeah, send it to him.
Bruh.
It was crazy. But overall, I thought she did a great job interviewing him.
Do you now see why I can't vote for this guy?
Yeah, I see why you can't. I see why there's people who just won't vote for him. I get it. I get it. I get it.
Just can't. No, like you can't even answer a basic question. Like, no, yes. Well, why do you say that? You can explain why later, but it's like you're trying to like soften the blow before you do it. Or like you now you have made people go research the fact that you banned trannies from being in the army.
Yeah.
They don't know what you stood for and what you did it. And how many Americans are going to go, fact check, not even fact check, but go research. Okay, but where does Trump stand on this?
Right.
They're going to hear it from some other source rather than you just simply giving your answer. And no, I did not vote for Biden.
Why you say that, Douglas? Because she's black.
It's because I'm black. He's probably like, man, look at this Democrat up here. This Democrat woman.
Yeah, she voted for Trump. Soonie's very famous for being behind Trump at a Trump rally. Her and her husband, they were put behind Trump, decked out in MAGA gear.
Big old Kool-Aid smile.
Dude, it's one of my most favorite pictures because you just look so like fresh and like wet behind the ears. Like you're just like, yay, I'm at my first Trump. Like that's exactly what you look
That's
like.
exactly how we were. We were like, bro, that's Trump. And Kyle was like, bro, Trump just pointed at me. We were all freaking out. My in-laws were like, oh my God, how was it? It was a surreal experience, I will say. But looking back on it is like, wow, I know exactly why y'all ushered me up the way you did. It was crazy.
Right. Ushered you the way.
Black woman.
She black.
You want to sit behind the president?
Oh my gosh. Anyways, guys, the link to the interview is now in the description of this video. So if you pull it down, you'll see it there and you can watch it. Highly suggest please watch till the end. Watch the commentary between Megyn and another guest that she brings in. Super, super, super good. You and Bryson will have a field day with it. I know.
I mean, fam. I keep telling people Trump needs a colored or a homo. Okay. Democrats already broke the glass ceiling with a female VP. That's done. You can't replicate that. What's her name? The governor,
Kristi Noem.
Kristi Noem. She's not going to help Trump win an election. I'm sorry, but she's not.
Yeah.
You need a brown person, which is Vivek. He's young. He's going to bring out a crazy. I think he will bring out a significant portion of the young vote. Now, I don't trust him. I have not liked him since the beginning. I'm documented saying this. But if we're talking strategic moves and how I think Trump will move, it's going to be those two people, a brown person or a gay person.
Yeah.
It just is what it is.
It has to be. And y'all will come back here and we'll be like, we told you so. Because it's going to be one of those two things for sure. At the same time, I do also, and I'll let you get to this question. I understand that Trump in his mind is like, well, I need to answer this question because I'm speaking to all voters, right? Like I can't single out any one person.
Yeah.
So I get that. I get that's the politician side of things. But there's a way to do that and still be definitive on where you stand.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't do that for me.
No. He did not. And I guess I'm a politician now. Shut up. He gets on my nerves sometimes. So there's some things where I'm like, yes, that was funny as heck, Trump. And then there's moments where I'm like, bro, shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
Is this
Yep.
question for me?
Yeah.
Who is the one running that you might be leaning to? None of them. I've chosen to sit out this election season. Now I will be voting locally for my state and my city, but there's nobody right now that is even remotely appealing to me.
Mhm.
That I really believe would come in and get Congress together to put a curb in certain things. Now, people will say, well, social issues are not really important, right? What we need to be focusing on is our economy. I think you can kill two birds with one stone. I think you can walk and chew gum at the same time. And I think two things could be true at once. The economy is great, but the economy means nothing if the education system is fucked. The economy means nothing if we're still pushing this LGBTQ agenda on the children. The economy means nothing if both parties are going to push inclusion and then completely leave out believers. So I think there is a significant portion of America that should stand up and should be making the same declarations as I am, because honestly, we have no representation.
Yeah.
None. So I'm just going to stick to running my mouth, being objective, and calling a spade when it deserves to be called out, which is on the right or the left. So
Yeah, good answer. Let's see. A gay brown woman. That would be Michelle Obama. If he picked a gay, he'd lose my vote. I think that'll be the case for a lot of people, honestly. What? Did I say to Michelle Obama?
Yeah.
Mad Cow, I think this is to you. Do you want the country to keep going the way it is? That's what I say, Mad Cow. That's my stance too. Like, I don't like that Soonie's going to sit this out because I feel like we need everybody's vote, but it's her vote. I can't force her.
The country is going to continue to go the way it is, regardless of whether Trump is in office. If you don't get a Congress in there to push back, I'm looking at people like Peter Hernandez. You need to go look into him. I'm supporting people such as Joe Collins. People might not like Joe, and they have their confirmation biases with why they don't like Joe. But Joe Collins is smart as shit. Sorry. I'm supporting candidates who actually want to go in and change things. I'm not interested in supporting the status quo. I'm not. And that's exactly what you all are participating in when you continue to support these same politicians year in and year out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just taking a very radical stance. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And I want to address this too, because this is always the argument. If you don't vote, then why complain? Like Soonie said, she is going to vote in local elections. Okay. Personally, that's why I'm kind of okay with it, because personally, I think your local election is going to personally affect you more, and it's going to affect all of us more to make sure that you're voting correctly in your local election with your local leadership. Yes, the office of presidency is super duper important, but I appreciate that she's not sitting out the entire voting process. She's still going to vote locally and make sure that things where she lives and her family lives is the way she wants them to be. We should all do that.
Right, but I pay taxes. My
And you
husband
do pay
serves this
taxes.
country. My
Mhm.
children, his family serves right along with him. I contribute to society. So my voice matters if I vote or don't vote. My voice
Right.
matters.
Right.
And I'm going to keep using my voice because, like I said before, more believers need to stand up.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah. I agree. No, I agree. I think you have a right to complain or to speak on things. And even so, even though she's not going to vote, Soonie doesn't get up here and tell people not to vote. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Like, it'd be different if she was on here going, "Why I suggest you guys don't vote." You know, like a lot of people get up and they try to push their opinions on you. We try to keep our opinions more so to provoke your thought. Like, we're not having opinions to like force you to think like us. We want to provoke thought and for you to come up with your own decisions and conclusions. So
you're not even American, and you're asking me why I don't vote.
he's American. No, he's American. He's like you. Yeah, he's American.
Okay. I was good to say. What in the world?
No, he is American. He's just living in another country for work, I believe. So, yeah. Just like you.
And
so Soonie also sees the perspective like you see it.
Exactly. And that's local elections, Tito, not the presidential. So yeah, you definitely got smoke for not participating in your local election.
Mm-hmm.
People need to participate. That's your first line of defense before the Fed can get anywhere near you.
Oh, he said he's not American. My bad.
Yeah, so zip the lip. You ain't American. The more Americans need to do that too. You can commentate all you want, but what you won't do is question me and what I do with what I believe to be a privilege. I don't believe voting is a right. I think people need to earn that and show that they understand how the economy works, the history of the country, and not a compulsory education. I'm talking about you need to have real knowledge of how this country works, how it was founded.
Yeah. I think too, that when you are not an American and you live outside this country, you do see the impact on wherever you live that the stupid stuff that we do over here has on the rest of the world. So I understand why people who are not American are very interested in our elections and our voting and all this other stuff, because it does impact them at the end of the day. So I do get that. I do get that concern. But at the same time, we respect people's right to choose here, right? Like, we respect their right to choose to get a vaccine, to choose whether to vote or how they want to vote or who they want to vote for. We don't have to like it, but that is the great thing about being in this country. So,
I mean, I would just implore Mad Cow Mark to do more research. A lot of your comments are aimed towards Democrats. Nothing goes down in this country without Congress agreeing. And last time I checked, that was a chamber made up of Democrats and Republicans that work together to pass legislation 24/7. So this pushing back only on Democrats, that's not helping us, because it's not just Democrats determining what happened in this country. Republicans determine what happens in this country too. I'm going to remind you guys, 47 House Republicans voted to codify same-sex marriage into law. The log cabin Republicans have existed for 60 plus years. Please look into both sides. Find politicians that are actually going to do their job.
yep. I'm pushing a black female lieutenant governor, Winsome Sears. You remember her? She was the black lady that posed with the AR. I think it was the AR. My congresswoman
did.
is a liberal business as usual. Whether Trump runs is in the backseat for me. Yep.
They're all run by the same elites.
That's what Soonie's basically saying. That's what she's saying. Do your research. Yep. Oh, Brian Dolly.
Excuse me. This was a fun show. Actually, we should do these just shows where you have no clue what I'm going to bring up and I have no clue what you're going to bring up.
Right? Like surprise.
It was fun. I like doing all these reactions.
You know what I thought was funny is I saw a few people sharing this post of Whoopi Goldberg holding up her necklace, okay, which was the folding chair. She has a folding chair necklace from the Alabama brawl. People were like, how dare she, make light of this? And I was like, hold up, because didn't you post a picture of a mugshot?
Yeah. Shut up.
Yeah.
What's wrong with it? It's funny.
I think it's fun. Listen, I can't stand The View But she said in the interview, she was like, the memes for this situation were hilarious. And I agree with her. Like, I was scrolling TikTok for hours looking at one meme after another about this Alabama brawl. So the fact that she
Yeah.
has a little folding chair necklace, let her have the folding chair necklace. I ain't gonna
No,
fight her.
I like it. I need to buy one. Shoot, where can I go buy that? Whoopi? Let me go get a folding chair necklace.
Right? Yeah. I mean, they were saying, oh, this is promoting violence. It's like, okay,
But the
it's
mugshot is
just a
gonna bring
necklace.
more. Mm.
It's just a necklace, y'all. A ding dong necklace ain't gonna promote no violence. We have bigger problems than a little charm necklace, okay? People,
Oh
golly.
gosh. Shout out to
Anyways,
Whoopi.
shout out
Think
to Whoopi.
outside the box.
What would a show
Think
look
outside
like,
the-
Soonie? What would a show look like where I have no idea what you're planning for? You see that smile?
It'll be fun.
We should do that. You want to take that next week?
Next week?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you
hopefully
bring
there's
all the
like
topics.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna
Okay.
ask Erica to help me too.
Oh Lord. It's gonna be about aliens.
Wait, Erica was like, "Did you see the Mexican aliens?" I was like, "What?" And we were having lunch, and I'm like, "What Mexican aliens?" And she's like, "Bro, you didn't see them?" She's like, "They claim they found mummified aliens in Mexico." The Mexican president, and she showed me the picture. I was like, "Bro,
isn't that funny?"
She said they look like claymations. Like, what in the crap is this?
They're like a
They look like
mixture.
movie props.
Right. They're like a mixture between E.T. and what's that little mini Yoda called? The little baby Yoda? Yeah, is it Baby Yoda?
Yeah.
That's what it looked like. A mixture of E.T. and Baby Yoda. Dude, I saw
Chupacabra.
like I saw a video today where somebody was like cutting into it and they like cut into the cake or they cut into the alien and it was cake. It was like a tres leches cake. Like, you know, the Mexican tres leches cake.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I hate y'all.
Wow.
I hate y'all so much. Oh, thank
El
you, Bad Cow.
Chupacabra. I know.
He gave you a
Well.
20 twin.
Nigga. He's a good sport. I love people like that. Thank you for
I
your
love
continued
it.
support. You don't have to look, you might not agree with probably maybe like 10% of what I say.
Yeah.
But that 10% could come off really harsh because I'm personally radical for Christ. And I think more people need to be that way. And there's just certain things that I'm not budging on. And the fact that he couldn't answer specific questions with a yes or no lets me know that I'm in the right place to not give him my vote, because I would be voting against everything I stand for at this point. And who would take me serious?
Yeah.
No, I'm not voting for Trump, but you all should, because
Don't
everybody
worry.
doesn't have the same morals.
I will, because I'm reckless.
Vote for Trump. Shoot, make sure you can vote for me. I'm telling you right now, you can go ahead and cast my ballot since we're allowed to cheat. You can go ahead and cast my ballot for me.
Well, you're not going to throw away your vote. You said you're going to vote for Jesus. Yo, doesn't this shrimp look good? Ooh, look at this.
Is that shrimp fried rice?
It's yeah, hibachi shrimp fried rice. Just change the subject real quick. It
Oh
looks
my goodness. I'm after fried rice.
Dude, I was
I need a
watching
wok.
this.
I don't have a wok.
Dude, a wok is the best thing. It's a game changer.
Do you have one?
I have one, yeah.
I need a wok.
Look at
gonna tell
that.
my husband I want
Ooh. Ooh. Now he's about to make some.
Is that-
Ooh,
is
my
that the
mouth
yum
is
yum
water.
sauce?
Yeah, he's making it's like a sriracha.
Making my mouth juicy.
Ooh.
I
That looks
mean,
so.
I'll have that with some hot sauce on top.
Well, that's why I get the spicy sriracha mayo. It's hot.
I don't want no mayo. That's ew. We just need
No,
hot
no, no.
sauce. Can you send me that? I really
Yeah.
want to make that.
I'll send it to
I
you.
might go buy myself a wok. Should I go do it, guys?
Today?
Yeah. I'll go to the store right now and
Dude.
go buy one.
Did you see this? Jeezy filed for divorce from Jeannie Mai.
Good. Look, all that shit talking they was doing. I married her because she was submissive.
Right.
You talked all that junk.
Yeah.
I bet you she loved that baby more than she loved him.
Did you ever see that clip of her on The View when she said she liked her dark meat on the side?
No.
Yeah, because so she was married to a white guy before, and they were talking about it, and she was like, "Yeah," she's like, I like my dark meat on the side." Oh, here it is. I saved it. Hold on. Hold up. You gotta listen. And you gotta listen to how Lonnie Love, dude, came for her. Hold on.
Hold up.
Black guy.
Loved black guys. Yeah, I did. But for me, dark meat on the side, white keeps me mean and lean. You know, that's why I married white man. That's what I like.
Hold up. What do you mean, dark meat on the side?
Lightweight offensive. No, I'm not. I'm saying I really do think black men are attractive. I do. Like that's my.
Well, what do you mean, dark meat on the side? That means, honey.
I mean, she want to fuck him. She don't want to wife stuff.
Did you say it?
I'm just saying, when I think about men, I like dark men. I do.
Right, you like your main man to be white and your side.
What's wrong with that, though? Hold on. I don't listen. Please.
They roasted her.
I'm not advocating for you to have a side piece.
Yeah.
But if she does not want to settle with a black man and she wants to be serious with a white man, what's necessarily wrong with that?
I don't think anything was wrong with it. Well, at the time, they took it the wrong way, right? But at the time, it wasn't a problem. But then she ended up divorcing her husband, who was white, and marrying Jeezy, who is black. So then, the internet came for her because they were like, wait a minute, hold on, because you said you liked your dark meat on the side.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I can get it from an emotional standpoint. But I'm just sitting there listening like, okay, she want her dark meat on the side. Y'all probably got some shit on the side too. Y'all all nasty in there.
The way I took it, because I used to watch the show back then, the way I took it was her saying my preference is white men. I love black men. I think black men are
that's what I heard
amazing. Yeah, amazing. But she's like, I would probably lean more towards white men because that's just my preference, right?
Mm.
And she said black men as a second choice.
I'm okay. Y'all sensitive about every goddamn thing.
Anyways, I just wanted to show that to you just to have some fun at the end.
I might have to do a reaction to that.
Yeah.
Like, so Asian girls can't have preferences?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If it's not, it seems to me, and I'm going to say this on the video, if your preference isn't black, there's something wrong with you.
You're going to say that to a woman that?
I'm going to respond to that video. Like,
oh,
as soon as the preference isn't black, it
yeah,
becomes a major issue, as if you are somehow racist or thinking low of them, or maybe like, why can't it just be, I'm not attracted to you like that.
Why can't you just have a preference and it'd be fine?
Why can't you?
Like I would say I would never, ever, 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 ever be attracted to an Asian man, ever.
Yeah, they're not attractive.
Doesn't mean I hate Asian people. I'm just personally not attracted to anybody Asian.
And I could never, ever, ever, ever be with a napkin colored person.
Or a dark skin. You don't like dark skinned men, right?
I don't. I like, my husband's very much a light bright. I don't hate myself. I also don't hate dark skin. I happen to think that my skin is very pretty.
Beautiful.
But
the darker the blacker the berry. What's the saying? The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice.
And they say, nigga, it's the sweeter the juice, the blacker the berry. He got it all messed up.
You're funny.
Guys, it's been real. It's been fun.
Soonie's gonna do the next show. It's all her. I'm not gonna know anything. Soonie's gonna come with all the content. It's gonna
about to be
crazy.
ratchet, y'all. I'm telling you, I'm
crazy.
gonna go super crazy on purpose, just so I can. I want you to turn red.
Oh no! Oh man, don't get us banned now.
I'm not gonna get us banned. Fucking Loza, can you like pay your? Do you hear that?
Is that thunder?
Yeah.
Damn.
about to die, yo. It's like, no, I'm kidding.
A rap shit.
Lola, can we please use the intro? I mean the outro. I really like that outro.
It
I
ain't
want
up to
to
him.
be able to alternate. Well,
It ain't
pay
up
your
to
damn
him.
balance off. Shit.
Right. Exactly. Did you see his latest post? Now he's got some metal plate sticking out of his leg and he's got to get surgery.
I messaged him, but he didn't message back. See, this is what happens when you're nice to people. They don't respond back. But when you're a jerk and you leave them on red, bro, they blow your phone up.
Listen, wait, let me talk shit real quick on Loza. So I was watching a live he did, right? You know, his girl's in town from Australia. And Loza, like, they're driving in the car and he's like, we're going out to dinner. We're going to go have Korean barbecue. He's like, my girl's paying because I ain't got no money. And I'm like, dang, dude, like, don't say that. Like, don't put that out there, right? Anyways, this is a real ghetto ass thing to do. Okay. So he's videoing the whole dinner. Okay. Now, if I didn't have any money and you and I were going to dinner, okay, and you were going to pick up the tab, and I knew you were going to pick up the tab, I for sure wouldn't order the whole dang menu. Okay. In this live, Loza talk about, I'll get the ribeye, I'll get the shrimp, I'll get the sushi. He must have ordered pork belly. He must have ordered like 16 different things. Okay. And I've been to Korean barbecue. It's not cheap. Paul was ordering everything on the menu. And when he even showed the table, and I was like, dang, dude, that's so ghetto and like low that you just everybody did you just like give me every damn thing on the menu. Come on, dude.
I ain't paying for it.
I would have been like, if I was the one paying, I would have been like, are you gonna stop at like 2-3 items? God,
Dude, I
man.
still ask my husband, like, hey, do you mind if I get this? And he's like, yeah,
Right.
fine. I still ask him.
Exactly. Okay. Me too. I'm like, hey, can we get an appetizer or something? Like, what the hell?
Loza, stop being ratchet. Answer your phone, sir. Answer your phone. Maybe, you know what? I'm going to make a group chat. I did a very dramatic exit on purpose, and I haven't recreated a group chat. So I'm going to make another one, and we can bug him all weekend.
Okay.
You down?
All right.
Guys, thanks for hanging out with us this Friday. We will see you guys Tuesday for a fun show. I hope you enjoy the topics. Please make sure if you're new here, you hit the subscribe button and then you hit the notification bell so that you never miss a notification of us posting a video or going live. And we'll have some more great topics for you.
Bye, guys. Have a good weekend.
Bye bye.
They say that something's so offensive, but only if you get offended. I can't offend you without your permission, and you don't even have to listen. They say that something's so offensive, but